Hello there, welcome back to Sweden. So last time we started a war with Muscowy, as well as vassalizing Denmark. Interestingly enough, it, well, ended up being weird. And Brandenburg's kind of losing their war, which is not the best thing ever. But Muscowy is apparently currently suffering some issues. They do have a lot of troops, a lot of them, but they only sent 1,000 men unit to help out, which is surprising. Teutons, on the other hand, sent 0. So, I guess, as well, the cookie crumbles, Muscovy are better off than Teutons. And of course, I would really like to actually get Lithuania in a new alliance here. So, I think I might. Yeah, I'm probably just going to get rid of Brandenburg, to be perfectly honest. The Hansa is kind of being a ass here because they are taking things that I need. So I'll have to deal with that one way or another. Pomerania is allied with Lüneburg and Gelre. Now, Gelre is allied with Frankfurt, Cologne and Pomerania. And there we go. We have now the Scots invading, surprisingly enough. So potentially I might have finally some moves from the Teutons. Nope, nothing at all. Don't care. Kind of, well, kind of getting used to that, but not much to do about it. We're going to get rid of these Muscovite troops because they're kind of just annoying. And again, I want to drag this war out, let's just be perfectly honest. The reason why I want to drag this war out, pretty straightforward. But dragging the war out, I'll be able to hurt Muscovy more than if I just went for a really quick war. And right now most of the troops are actually in the Golden Horde, or down at the Golden Horde, depending how you want to look at it. So that makes things also a little bit more interesting. And of course we're also going to go here and deal with the Scottish. Or rather, we're going to leave that in the hands of the Teutons, because apparently walking here is longer than walking there. Wonderful. AI logic. Now, how is Muscovy doing? Okay, we're more military tech ahead of them. Good. Hansa has their peasants' war. This is so deserved. Well, probably not, but you get my meaning. Are we really that OP? Seriously? Why the hell was I ever afraid of Muscovy again? Right. A lot of troops. That's it. I think the goal would basically be, again, block colonization. Really, really simple. Give these provinces to Novgorod, and then take as much as we can otherwise. Just get 100% war score, and live happily ever after. Teutons are nice enough to deal with Scotland, so I guess I shouldn't be too pissed at them. And we're also now getting our 2 Carracks. But I think diplomatic tech was so far behind that they might have gotten better ships. I'm not too used to using ships. I prefer land fighting, so... or... well, fighting on land. So I'm not the best, best alternative, if you will. Now, yeah, I don't want to call in Scotland unless I have to, but I find it hilarious that Scotland is allied with Muscovy. Seriously. Scotland is allied with France and Muscovy. Why haven't you kicked England's ass? Seriously. You could, you just didn't want to, I guess is the answer. Now I'll go up and hunt, well, I'll hunt some Muscovite troops. Because I can. They're actually coming to me, so why bother? And still, my promises are converting for me, which is wonderful. You're actually going to reserve, and you're going to appear on Christmas. So why don't we just kick your ass? And laugh. There we go. Again, I think it should be... yeah, there we go. Lithuania, again. Sweden are our rivals. We don't like them. I would really have preferred it if I could get a alliance with Lithuania, but unfortunately it didn't go as I wanted it to. So war against Poland is kind of a big gamble. If I can bring in Austria, of course, Brandenburg itself, 500 in depth, shit, and well, Austria and Bohemia should be able to do the job. And again, I kind of want to just cut off Brandenburg. We do have a royal marriage, which is a little bit annoying, but other than that, it should be fairly alright to just, well, cut them off. Quite literally. Stockholm has turned Protestant. This is wonderful. The map now shows that we are almost completely Protestant, which is wonderful. And oh yeah, they're Orthodox, but they are shown differently because they're sieged. I find that to be a very useless part of the religious map, to be perfectly honest. But that is just my opinion. So can I get there before we end up in trouble? Kill them. Good. Then we put our guy in charge so we can actually win the battle, and then we send our second army to actually back up. And we basically just go after the smaller Muscovite armies here, just destroy them, drive up the war score a little bit. War score, war exhaustion, the entire package. And Muscovy actually did now convene their armies, which is not the best thing ever, because this one is kind of busy. They'll be there on 1st of July. Will you stop now? No, you didn't. But they did get a terrain modifier, -1, and again, we do have that technological advantage, at least last time I checked, still do. So surprisingly enough, we win this battle even though we kind of suffered a lot to do so, which is not good. So I think I might have to consider here, again, just hiring some mercenaries to do some degree sieging jobs for me. And again, this is going to destroy my economy quite a bit, but it's going to be fine. We're also just going to send our navy back home here to mothball, because again, Teutons don't care, Danes don't care, they don't do their job. I can order them to go wherever I want them to, they just won't. So I might actually have to go here and set attitudes. Aggressive. Let's see if that works. Hopefully it will work, but it probably won't. And we'll have still 10 years, so might as well just go for our next quantity idea here. The young conserve, manpower recovery speed plus 20%. So basically we're starting to use child soldiers, if you want to look at it real negatively. And that's probably the case. I'm also really tempted to just consolidate my army, but I think we're just going to consolidate the horses, to be perfectly honest, and allow the regular troops to recover, because cannons aren't good unless you actually have infantry in front of them. So we're just going to allow them to recover a little bit, more so than anything else. And if these 5,000 men actually go to Resev, yeah they did, then we're going to go there and hopefully murder them violently before anything happens. And I'm actually making money even with 10,000 mercenaries in my stacks, but that's just because this one isn't reinforcing because it's in battle. So yay, but not so yay at the same time. But again, if I can just slowly but surely siege here, protect my armies, and siege my way through Muscovy, then worst case scenario I can just keep on handing the westernmost provinces to Muscovy and have them colonize eastwards for me. That could be interesting. Have a Novgorod snake, but I don't think we want to do that. We already have very high war exhaustion, and we had high war exhaustion to begin with, so nothing that I'm actually doing now is helping. Let's just say it like that. And these guys are going to turn up on the 6th of February. So let's just show up ourselves and see if we can cause some damage here. They actually did. Do they actually have a really good? Yeah, they actually have a shock 5 general. That's a fairly strong general, shock 5. That can actually cause some real issues here. Must be doing 5. Again, manpower wise, considering the fact that there's a 5 shock general running around and everything, things are not looking too good. Because, surprisingly enough, a 5 shock general is pretty damn strong. But I must be still at war with the Golden Horde and everyone. No, just us. So yeah, what would you guys be willing to give if I forced you to give me land? Again, I'm not going to hand anything over to anyone else than Novgorod. They would give those two. Aggressive expansion wise, as you can see, Lithuania would basically be the only ones that would get any noticeable hits to it. So I think we're just going to sit back and just try and get ourselves into a position where we can take some more things from Muscovy. I'm not losing money. The only real issue, of course, is the fact that I'm getting a very well, getting some war exhaustion, which is not good. But I'm also going to most likely have a harder time getting into the battles, the wars, call it whatever you want, than I would prefer, which of course is going to make the future a little bit more harsh, a little bit more unpredictable, and thus it could actually get quite interesting. Let's see if I can actually capture this 1,000-man army. I did, but I think I might be in trouble for that. Yep. Can you actually escape? Nope, I'm going to lose my mercenaries here. Most likely going to get a wipe too. Nope. Managed to run to reserve. And I think I might actually have to just do this to protect it. Nope, didn't help. So I think we'll just pull back to Novgorod itself. And again, we're going to try and take Tver and Belisaro, just see how much land we can actually take before these guys start to care. I'm getting a tiny bit of... okay, this one is going to go wipe. 5th, 8. No, why did it do that? It's not going to go wipe, it's going to... yeah, it's going to go wipe, so why don't we just do it for them? Boom. Again, as long as their armies are just running around gathering war exhaustion, I don't really care what happens here. For all I care, they can just run around being, again, silly. And if I can, again, siege Belisaro as well, I'll be really happy. So I'll just keep the ping-pong game going, and if anything interesting happens, I'll show you. If not, I'll just leave things as they are. If I can capture this army while they're basically not arguing or deciding on where to go, that would of course be helpful. And if I can now go and help my Novgorod army, or even just catch this army now that it's been injured, that should give me some more war score. Hopefully. Let's see how this goes. I mean, disaster. Less religious unity than 100%. Are you kidding me? Oh, that's not a good thing. And we lost a lot of men. Far more than I would be comfortable with. So, I think in this case we'll just go for this. Again, it's not much, and it will piss off some countries a little bit. And it's basically just adding a little bit to Novgorod here, but in essence I'm getting money, I'm getting everything that I need. I could of course want to release some nations instead, but I think just growing Novgorod should be the goal here. And again, it's not a lot. Well, it is 12, 14 base stacks, so it's reasonable. And if I just keep on slowly but surely picking on Muscovy like this, I think I can in the end get what I'm after. Of course, the main concern in this plan of mine is how will Europe react, if you will. But I think I can make this work. Hopefully, we'll take diplomatic tech 6 here. Embassies. I can build an embassy once I save up a lot of money. But other than that, I should be fine. I'll just have to try and convert my provinces here before we actually end up in trouble. But for now, I'll just sit back again, and we did take some land from Muscovy. Not much. I didn't stop them from colonizing. But again, if I just continue, I should be able to take them out without too much fuss. And it's kind of bad that Lithuania ended up in the situation they did. If Bohemia had been able to keep hold on them, that would have been wonderful. So I kind of would have preferred it if Bohemia called me into war with Austria. Even though I would have sacrificed an alliance for that, but that's fine. Also, Brandenburg here is kind of losing its value, to be perfectly honest. I am tempted to actually break alliance and everything and potentially just see if I can get myself into a situation to wage war on them. But that's kind of questionable at the moment. Let's see here. Muscovy should have been weakened quite a bit. Yeah, they're actually out of manpower, 16,000 troops left, so if I just kept the war going, I could probably have gotten some more out of it. But let's face it, if I just get 50% war score by sieging 4 provinces each time, then I can most likely, well, catch up with their colonization, because there are limits to how fast they can colonize, and the more countries or land I take, the weaker they will be getting. So there's a lot of bonuses here. Do I want to use admin power right away? Don't think so. I think we're going to change to military, and we're just going to save the points for now. I'll, of course, keep an eye on them, hopefully. Why are you peasants being so uppity? We're going to have to sacrifice some diplomatic power here, just to make sure they don't go haywire and kill me off. But yeah, I'm going to keep my troops in Danzig, I think, for now. It should be perfectly fine. Just lower the army maintenance to trigger the, well, issues, if you will. And I think we're going to leave it here. There's not really much else that I can do at the moment. I'm more or less just waiting for the point when I can annex Denmark, which is 3 years. So, still going to take a little while. And then we're most likely going to fight East Frisia. And hopefully drag in the Hansa, which is going to be very, very interesting. I'm probably going to be aiming at fabricating claims on Holstein, Hamburg, and Mecklenburg. The Hansa, however, is allied with Burgundy. Now, Burgundy is actually fairly weak, but they still have a lot of high base tax provinces, so they might be able to cause some concern, some issues for us. But even so, I think a war against East Frisia, I will be able to call in most of my allies. Bohemia, that should actually be enough. So, as long as I can fabricate claims on Holstein, Mecklenburg, and Hamburg, I think that should be fine. But I have to be careful, again, in terms of potential, well, wars here. Oldenburg, can fabricate claims on them too if I want. Stade, well, Bremen. And of course the only real concern is that Austria will get pissed at me if I do this, but that's the fun part. Anyways, we're going to leave it here. Thank you for watching. Please have a comment, praise, criticism, anything you feel like, and I'll see you next time. Bye!